Alright, y'all. Lauryn Hill broke the oath and they made her pay. She got her start by attending Columbia High School in New Jersey. While there, she would meet Pras Mitchell, and he informed her that he was starting a group.
I went and got her from her mom's house when she was only 12, 13 years old. And I told the mother I will protect her daughter.
They would then perform at local showcases till they got a name in the industry. By 1991, Lauryn Hill started taking up acting classes in Manhattan. This helped her land a role in Sister Act 2. After the movie dropped, the Fugees landed a major deal with Columbia Rough House Records. Their debut album, The Score, would go on to sell 7 million records with the help of the cover Killing Me Softly. After this, Lauryn Hill was on her way. It wasn't until she had the feature with Nas that the labels would offer her a solo deal. This record would go on to go 2 times platinum. Once she got pregnant by Wyclef, the fans accused Lauryn Hill of breaking up the Fugees. In 1998, Lauryn Hill released her first debut album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. She went on to sell 20 million records worldwide just off of this album alone. But the more influence she had, the higher ups didn't want her telling the truth about the industry. She would go on public platforms explaining the inner dealings of the music business. Now she broke the oath.
The music industry is just a microcosm of the world. So whenever you stand for something and you stand for goodness and truth, you will always get resistance. That's period. Whether you're in the pharmaceutical industry, the record industry, or whatever. Whenever you stand for truth and for the service, the service of others. See, I could make money very easily. I could make records that are self-indulgent and, basically self-promote me. I could do that. Promote myself. That was redundant, but you know what I mean. Just do those things. It's very easy. As a matter of fact, lyrically as an MC, that stuff comes easy. But in order to promote something higher, I feel now, at the ripe old age of 25, that the only thing that I could do is serve others. Yes, there's a little anger, there's a little resentment, because you raise a standard. You especially when you do it and you make some noise, and you do it and people actually listen to what you have to say, and like your record is bumping on the radio and you're saying something that holds a mirror up to a lot of the negativity and self-indulgent things and messages that a lot of other people, but we're all young. I have a hard time being so hard on the music world, especially hip-hop, because most of them come out of the hood 17 years old, having no clue or concept, having no concept of what life really is. So I've been put in this unique position. I have this very unique responsibility that God has made me aware while I still have the mic.
From the Fugees, Lauryn Hill, she was all for going to cloning and doing what they do there, as long as she made money and got famous, right? After she did, she wanted out then, and but they don't let people go, and so she started crying all the time when she was there. I can't be in this, I don't want to be in this anymore. I didn't know what it involved when I said that I would join. And so she's crying and everything, and that it was like a downer to them. She really made quite a spectacle of herself, crying and snot hanging out of her face, everything. It was really pathetic looking. And so then she made this song called I Get Out. Well, she's like, I get out, and I forget the rest of it, but she whined about it so much at cloning, they eventually let her get out. It was rare. It was just because they didn't want to hear it, see it anymore. Like, she went on and on and on. So they just let her leave.
Just get out of all these boxes. Just get out.
1999, Lauryn Hill was nominated for 19 Grammys, but took home 5. Shortly after, she disappeared from the scene and started taking up Bible study classes. In 2003, Lauryn Hill would expose the Vatican and the evil dealings that go on inside. She said, God has been a witness to the corruption of this leadership, of the exploitation and abuse by the clergy.
Once the lights are turned on, you realize that you've been in the dark for a long time. And when the lights were turned on in my life, I realized that I had been in the dark, and that my entire purpose on earth was to be a servant. And I want to let young people know that it is not a burden to love him and to represent him and to be who you are, as fly and as hot and as whatever, and to still love God and to serve him. It's not a contradiction. It's not a contradiction.
This frustrated the people at the top, and they arrested her.
Ms. Hill got sentenced to 3 months of imprisonment to be followed by 1 year of probation, and during that 1 year of probation, she'll have 3 months of house arrest. She also received a $60,000 fine.
And what was the total taxes?
The total taxes that she paid was $554,000 as part of the federal case, but then she paid an additional $420,000 to settle up the additional state and federal liabilities all the way through 2009. You know, Ms. Hill is looking forward to putting this case beyond today and getting back to her music and creating again.
Wait your new song, Lauren. Sounds good.
It's not enough for us to simply express our discontent about things we may not like. It's our responsibility to help improve them through consideration, action, and personal involvement. Respect and love yourselves. Respect and love your families. Be a source of respect and love within your community so that the universe will reward you reciprocally. Remember, we receive what we put out. What you do for others, you in essence do for yourselves. Likewise, what you have not mastered doing for yourself, you will be challenged to do for others. Therefore, love yourselves, care for yourselves, invest in yourselves, and be kind to yourselves, so that you might be able to be channels and instruments of love, care, kindness, and investment in others.
Since then, Lauryn Hill has been out the public eye. Let me know what y'all think. Do y'all think Lauryn Hill broke the oath? Leave your comments below.